I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Earlier this week, Donald Trump filed a completely frivolous lawsuit, a despicable, heinous lawsuit against E Jean Carroll, suing E Jean Carroll for defamation, despite E Jean Carroll prevailing at trial against Donald Trump and being awarded $5 million. It just shows you the depths of depravity of Donald Trump. Now, the only lawyer who was willing to file this for Donald Trump, one Alina Habba. Even Joe Tacopina, who is Trump's lawyer in the other E Jean Carroll case, refused to be a part of this cross-complaint, realizing that it was frivolous and would undoubtedly be subject to sanctions. So who was I excited to ask about this? Michael Cohen, because I needed to get Michael Cohen's reaction to Alina Habba filing this frivolous lawsuit, and also Donald Trump filed through another lawyer in Florida a frivolous $500 million lawsuit against Michael Cohen. Let's not forget that Donald Trump was sanctioned in another case brought by Alina Habba in the Southern District of Florida, nearly $1 million for filing a completely frivolous action against Hillary Clinton and like 31 other individuals, which the court found to be completely and utterly meritless. So to get Michael Cohen's reaction here to the frivolous cases filed by Alina Habba is just chef's kiss, because no one has a better perspective on this than Michael Cohen. So let's play this clip from Michael Cohen's interview that I did with him. Play it.
Please remind our brigaders as well that this wouldn't be the first sanction. They were sanctioned already in Palm Beach, Florida, for another frivolous action that they had brought. And for that, here we go, my brigaders. All right, who do you think's going to get the two-finger salute today? Yeah, Alina. What the fuck are you thinking? I mean, you think that this is some sort of a joke, that whatever it is that Donald wants you to sign, that you're going to sign? I mean, have you not seen the damage that it's already cost enough people? Do you see the damage that it's costing America? Oh, yeah, Donald has the right within which to countersue because, she's now defaming. Do you know that he had to put in 110% in order to bond the money, in order to file the appeal that he's now filing in the $5 million verdict that was given to E Jean Carroll? He had to post 110% in cash with the court. I mean, this idiot within 24 hours is on CNN saying the same stupid shit that he just got the $5 million verdict against him. And then Alina Habba goes ahead and files this frivolous action. I mean, seriously, making Trump look like a bigger asshole than he is. What the fuck are you thinking, Alina? For God's sakes. I mean, I've been in the room with Alina, and to be honest with you, she asks when I was being deposed, not once, but at least on 2 occasions already, she asks intelligent and competent questions. What the hell are you doing by filing this frivolous action after you've already been sanctioned once before? You know what happens when you continuously get sanctioned? They suspend your license. And then what? You think he's going to still hang out with you because he finds you funny? I mean, what the hell are you thinking about? If you're going to be his lawyer, well, at least be his lawyer and guide him properly. So for that, 2-finger salute.
You mentioned the other case where Alina Habba and Donald Trump were sanctioned in the Southern District of Florida by Judge Middlebrooks, almost $1 million in sanctions. And this is what Judge Middlebrooks said in his sanction order. He said, "So who is responsible for this case and others like it? The rule of law is undermined by the toxic combination of political fundraising with legal fees paid by political action committees, reckless and factually untrue statements by lawyers at rallies and in the media, and efforts to advance a political narrative through lawsuits without factual basis or any cognizable legal theory. Lawyers are enabling this behavior, and I am pessimistic that Rule 11 sanctions alone can effectively stem this abuse." Aspects may be beyond the purview of the judiciary, requiring attention of the bar and disciplinary authorities. Additional sanctions may be appropriate, but legal filings like those at issue here should be sanctioned under Rule 11 sanctions, both to penalize this conduct and deter similar conduct by these lawyers and others. Remember, there were 2 sanctions orders in that Southern District of Florida case by the same judge, and in the other one, Judge Middlebrooks states, this case should never have been brought. Its inadequacy as a legal claim was evident from the start. No reasonable lawyer would have filed it, intended for a political purpose. None of the counts of the amended complaint stated a cognizable legal claim. 31 individuals and entities were needlessly harmed in order to dishonestly advance a political narrative. A continuing pattern of misuse of the courts by Mr. Trump and his lawyers undermines the rule of law, portrays judges as partisan, and diverts resources from those who have suffered actual legal harm. No doubt, E. Jean Carroll's lawyer, Roberta Kaplan, will be citing that in her Rule 11 sanctions motions, which I think Judge Lewis Kaplan, no relation, will be granted. And you, Michael Cohen, cited that language as well in your motion to dismiss Donald Trump's $500 million lawsuit that he filed against you. Exactly what the judge is saying here. Intended for a political purpose without cognizable
it's all
legal
about
claims.
Punishment. It's all about retaliation. He cannot acknowledge the fact that a jury came back with a determination that did not favor him. And the reason it did not favor him is because they believed E. Jean Carroll's statement and the witnesses at trial versus a guy who didn't even show up and who didn't present any evidence to the contrary. And so within 24 hours, dipshit Donald goes ahead and says the same stupid shit on CNN when he was at the town hall with Caitlin Collins. Well, okay. Instead of then shutting up and instead of just owning it, now he wants to add insult to injury because he didn't like the way that it was being spun against him. And now he files this baseless, reckless, retaliatory fundraising scheme, which is exactly what he did to me in the $500 million case, which I am so thankful to all of you. We've had actually a very good fundraising week. So please, to those that have, again, thank you from the bottom of my heart. And to those that haven't, please consider. All right. He's going to end up with another sanctions motion down the road. I mean, it's just obvious. If you read the complaint, it's not even me saying it because I'm the defendant in that case. I'm only referring to what legal pundits across the board, from Fox to CNN to MSNBC to ABC, across the board, all turn around and say that it lacks validity, that it's merely retaliatory, which is exactly the same thing that Donald Trump did via Bill Barr when they unconstitutionally remanded me back to Otisville because I refused to waive my First Amendment constitutional right. Are we not seeing a pattern here? And yet there are still MAGA morons that are supporting this ass clown. Come on, man. This is why I say in every single political beatdown to my brigaders, and we are growing. And thank God we are really growing by numbers now. I want to say this: vote. Vote, 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 and vote. And we are going to say it again and again and again. And we're all going to get together in D.C. We're going to march. We're going to march to the Capitol. We're going to make sure that they know who we are, that our voices are heard. And when I say that we're marching, I'm not talking about like January 6th. We're going to march there so that the Republicans, the GOP, know that we are not just centric to New York. We are not just centric to Los Angeles or Chicago or Boston. We are all over this country, and we are growing in size, and we will vote your asses right out of office because you are failing us. You are failing us as members of Congress. You are allowing an autocratic wannabe monarch dictator Führer to destroy our democracy, and we're never going to let that happen.
Michael Cohen, so spot on there. Such an honor and privilege to host Political Beatdown with him. Make sure you're subscribed to the Political Beatdown podcast. It's easy. Wherever you get podcasts, just search Political Beatdown. It's free to subscribe to Political Beatdown. Also, hit subscribe on our YouTube channel. Also free. Free stuff is great, huh? Till next time, I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Hit subscribe. Have an awesome day.
Hey, Midas Mighty. Love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.